I woke up this morning, I was honestly surprised that this channel was still here. I thought it would have been deleted by now because the Olympics have been coming at me really hard, striking down multiple videos where I discuss the disgusting 2024 Olympic opening ceremony. And my thing is this: y'all were proud about that little disgusting performance y'all put on. Y'all were so proud that y'all put this nasty nonsense on display in front of the entire world. So at the very least, stick by the disgusting BS you pulled. Don't come at people like me. Don't get mad at people like me. Don't try to take down people like me for shining a spotlight on the disgusting nonsense and the subliminal messages in your blasphemous performance. It's like, y'all thought this was a great idea. Y'all were all behind doing this, but you don't want people to shine a spotlight on what you did? I mean, y'all put on this performance on live television across the entire world in front of every country you can think of, but you're mad at YouTubers for highlighting some of the secret messaging that you had in your performance? Well, now the Olympics has come out and issued an apology, but it's a fake apology. They're not apologizing because they have offended Christians, purposely went out of their way to offend Christians. They're apologizing because some of their advertisers are pulling their ads from the games, so they're losing money. But I want to read you all this apology. Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. The opening ceremony tried to celebrate community tolerance. We believe this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are really sorry. So they claim that this performance was about community tolerance, yet they don't tolerate the beliefs of Christians. They're so intolerant of Christianity that they decided to mock Christianity on the world stage. Instead of this being about Paris introducing us to their culture, instead of taking pride in French culture or whatever the hell they got going on over there, I don't even know anymore these days, they decided, let's take this opportunity to just take a big dump on Christianity. And then we're going to hide our hands and pretend like we don't know why people are offended. The only problem is the big fat goober that they hired to play their fat lesbian Jesus, she was on social media basically letting the world know that, hey, this is a direct dig at Christianity.
Oh my God!
Oh yes, the New Gay Testament. So, I mean, it was blatantly obvious the entire time what they were doing. They were recreating the Last Supper. And we have people online who are trying to deny that that was the case. But anyone who's ever been to church or ever cracked open a Bible, you know what this was about. And even though the organizers and stuff are trying to hide that now, the people who they casted to play these parts, the drag queens, the perverts, and that fat behemoth. And yes, I'm fat too, so I can crack these fat jokes. You can call it fat on fat crime if you want to. I don't care. But when they hired this fat lesbian behemoth to play Jesus Christ in their reenactment of the Last Supper that included a bunch of drag queens and one child that had a dude standing behind her with his junk hanging out, they knew exactly what they were doing. And like I said, I would respect it more. I mean, I don't respect it at all, but at the very least, stand with whatever the hell this is. If this is what you thought was okay, stand next to it. Don't try to go and delete all the evidence now. Don't apologize now. These fake apologies make me even more angry about what they did. And I think it's time, and I say this as someone who hasn't been to church in years. I say this as someone who's not very religious. I think Christians need to start standing up. Okay? Christians need to find their voice. They need to find their backbone. And they need to stop being the punching bag of the entire world. Because that's what is happening right now. They wouldn't mock any other religion. They wouldn't come out there and play around with Muhammad. No, they would never do that. They feel comfortable mocking Christianity because for the most part, Christians are very accepting and they turn a blind eye to all of this, but those days are gone. I am telling you right now, we are entering into this new age, this new world, and they are ushering in all of this evil, wicked stuff. And people who are on the side of righteousness, people who are on the side of good, people who are on the side of not dancing around little kids dressed as women, you know what I mean? You know, I think they need to start finding their voice. But, you know, everyone I've talked to, they say that they thought this performance was disgusting. It's like the whole entire world has reacted. I've seen people from various countries, various different religious beliefs. Hell, I've seen a lot of Muslim people who were offended by this, and they were speaking out about this as well. But there is one person that I do know for a fact really enjoyed this opening ceremony. Who, you ask? Well, let's take a look.
It was spectacular. The rain did not dampen our spirits. And Casey, honestly, every step of the way, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, how are we going to top this? How are we going to top this? So, okay, so Paris has the, Eiffel Tower, but we have Hollywood and the magic of Hollywood that makes all dreams come true. So I think we're going to be...
Of course Jill Biden would love this performance. I'm sure everyone over there in her little party loves this performance. And they're asking, how can we top this in 2028? And I'm sitting here like, top what? How are you going to top drag queens dancing around in front of little kids? How are you going to top fat behemoth lesbian Jesus? How are you going to top the gay naked Smurf that's gyrating around on top of a plate, on top of a table, looking like freaking Thanksgiving? How are you going to top this? That's really... How do you look at the opening ceremony in Paris and think, how am I going to top this? I mean, honestly, if you look at the opening ceremony, it just looks like your average day in San Francisco. So I don't think it's going to be hard for them to top this in LA in 2028. But that's the mentality of these people. People like Jill Biden, make no mistake about it. I don't care who you vote for, how you vote, but understand that those people over there, this is what they like. This is what they promote. It's not just what they accept. This is what they are trying to force on everyone. That woman is sitting there watching a little child dance around a bunch of dudes in dresses with beards. Fat lady looking like she's about to eat the freaking Smurf on the table. And she's like, oh my God, this is great. There's no way we can do better than this. We live in a freaking clown world. I am tired of these disgusting people. I will not sit by silently and just allow all of this to happen without saying anything. And I think you all need to start speaking up as well. And if there ever in the future of history comes a day, like in World War II, where France needs help, I think that we should just allow them to be conquered. Maybe, just maybe, World War II should have went differently. Because when I look at this, I honestly feel bad for all of the folks who stormed the beaches of Normandy, all of the people who died to liberate France, to free France. because this wasn't the idea of freedom that they had in their mind. You know, gay Smurfs and a bunch of dudes in dresses exposing themselves to little kids while mocking Jesus Christ, that was not what these people had in mind when they went and liberated and freed France from the Yazis. But this is where our world is headed, and it's headed this way because people remain silent. And the Olympics, they've tried to intimidate me. They've come at me basically trying to take my YouTube channels down, taking some of my tweets down, and still I will continue rolling. I will continue fighting. I will continue calling this stuff out. So what I need from you all is I need you to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, drop your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.